Good evening, folks. Just got back from my trip to Record Store Day. It's only the third one I've ever attended, and the first one since 2019. As with the last two, I made the trip across the country, from the west coast to the east coast, to Newcastle upon Tyne, met up with my friend Mark, and we hit the record shops to see what we could pick up. Now, by the time I get into Newcastle, even taking the first train, it's 10 o'clock when we hit the first record store. But 2 minutes queuing it, that was it, if 2 minutes. And to be honest, getting in at that time, I've never had any problems finding what I wanted, which is... So I don't understand why people have to queue all night for it. Maybe I just want music that nobody else wants. This year was I thought was a particularly good selection. Previous years, well, the last couple of years, I've been disappointed. There's only been like one or two releases that I've been even remotely interested in. But this time I could have probably gone for 14, 15. The only problem is the prices are ridiculous. Anyway, let's see what I got. First up, and they seem to have become a staple of record store days, is Gong. And this is their live album, live in Lyon, December the 14th, 1972. Superb stuff. A really nice release. This was the most expensive album I bought on the day. Try and show you this. You can't see it all. Really nice package. Gone at their best. Brilliant stuff. And it comes on particularly nice coloured vinyl. I won't take them all out because these I'll switch these cover sleeves out and put them in poly liner sleeves. But look at that beautiful coloured vinyl. The other two, one's in green and one's purple, I think. Or was it red and purple? Oh no. It can't be red and purple. Must be green and purple. Beautiful stuff. That's going to be a killer album. So pleased to have picked that up. So that's my first one, Gong. Now the second one was the one I really wanted more than anything else. And that is the Hawkwind, The Iron Dream Live 1977. Just a single album. Comes on clear vinyl. I just love clear vinyl for some reason. It's my favourite. And the reason I wanted this more than anything else is that this was recorded on the September 77 tour, which was the very first time I ever saw Hawkwind play live at Newcastle City Hall. Still one of my favourite gigs of all time. Brilliant they were. At this point, you had the magnificent Robert Calvert on vocals, Dave Brock, obviously, on guitar and synth, Simon House on keyboards, violin and synth, Adrian Shaw on bass guitar, and Simon King on drums. Absolutely brilliant stuff with great tracks like Brainstorm, High Rise, Robot, The Wonderful Sonic Attack, Damnation Alley, Uncle Sam's on Mars, Spirit of the Age. Doesn't come much better. A brilliant era of the band. So this was a must-have. And it's probably the cheapest of the albums I had to pick up today. The third album I got was EAR, or Experimental Audio Research Now, if you don't know them, they're a ambient electronic experimental outfit formed by Pete Campbell of Spaceman 3 and Spiritualized, was he? Fame. This is their first album. Can't remember what year it came out. I've got the second and third albums on CD, and obviously electronic, they're right up my street. Cosmic sound. And it's a nice package, red vinyl as you can see, and this clear plastic cover. Wonderful stuff. And the fourth one, and this one I think I may have made a mistake on. And this is Edgar Froese's fourth album, Ages. It's a double album, recorded originally, I think, in 1977. This one's missing from my collection of Froese solo albums. Originally, I was and ahhing whether to get this because I thought I'd probably find it cheaper as a second-hand copy on Discogs somewhere, and that's what I was going to do. But then when I saw it, I thought, oh, to hell with it. It's a day out. I'll pick it up. But the reason why it may be a mistake is that I didn't notice that this is not just a remixed album from 2000, originally remixed in 2004, but it's a re-recorded and remixed album. Now, if I thought about it, I realized that Froese had re-recorded a lot of his early stuff, his early albums. And when I've bought them, I don't know whether with cause, but I've tended to steer clear of the re-recordings, and I've picked up the original albums wherever I can. I just didn't think when I saw this, I just assumed it would be a reissue of the original album, but it's of the re-recorded album. So I'm going to have to do a bit of research, see what the difference is. So I can see myself ending up buying the original copy again anyway. But I'm sure it's going to be good. Edgar Froese, Tangerine Dream, 77. What could be wrong with that? So those were the four albums I picked up from Record Store Day itself. But taking advantage of being in a city with record stores, something that I don't know about much, I picked up three other albums. And the first is the latest album by the band Mote, called Genog. They are a Newcastle band that my mate Mark, who went over to see, he put me on to. And they are an excellent sort of psychedelic rock with drone and folk leanings. What I've heard, I've been really impressed with, and I'm looking forward to giving this a spin. And then I think this is their third album, so I can see that I'll be probably going back and getting the first two. The second one, I was pleased to see this one, is, now if I can say this correctly, Ellen Corio, with their album Harvest Time. Now they are a Finnish prog rock band. I think I read that they were formed, I think, in 1969, but their first album didn't come out until 1972. The name means harvest in English. And by the second album, which I've got, like this one, it's a Svart reissue. The second album, they call themselves purely Harvest. Easier on us English-speaking people. This is meant to be a bit different from the second album. This is meant to be quite bluesy, quite hard rocking, with an idiosyncratic vocalist who sounds supposedly a bit like Roger Chapman of Family fame. So, but it gets excellent reviews. By the time of the second album, they were more into down the line of a jazz fusion band. But this was quite cheap and sealed, not a second-hand copy. So I was really pleased to see that. And finally, an album that I've been trying to get for a couple of years now, since it came out, I think, in 2021. I originally ordered it from Ultima Thule. They really struggled to get it because there was problems with the distributor. They just couldn't get hold of it. So I gave up and thought, I'll never get it. But surprise, surprise, there it was in the record shop in Newcastle. And this is the latest, I should say, album by Embryo, Auf Auf. Embryo being the classic jazz world fusion band formed by Christian Burchard back in the early 70s, late 60s, early 70s, did loads of classic albums. When he died, his daughter, Maria Burchard, took over and has been running the band since then. And it was that lineup that I saw live pre-pandemic. So I've been wanting to pick this up for ages. According to the guy at the record store, it seems there was a batch of like 500 came into the country, and the distributor lost them in their warehouse. They're probably still there somewhere. How they lost them, I don't know. So that was, I think, the problem in getting hold of it originally. But this will be excellent. So that's my purchases for today. Let me know if you've heard any of these or you've got them yourselves. Let me know what you've managed to pick up if you even bother with RSD. It was a nice day out, barring the weather. But so I enjoyed myself and I'm happy with my purchases. Anyway, see you soon. Bye.